Estamos de manteles largos. Johnny Knoxville con nosotros en Ahora o Nunca. Jackass Forever se estrena este fin de semana en todos los cines. Johnny, it's a pleasure to talk to you, man. And I guess the first question that I have for you is, why are you still making Jackass movie? And this comes from a fan, from a guy who already saw the movie, but who's very concerned for you and your friends. Thank you for joining us. How are you?
Thank you. Happy to join you fellas. God, nothing is as fun as making a Jackass film. And in 2018, I got this overwhelming feeling like I want to make another one. I've been writing for 10 years and I want to film these. It's very important that I get to film these. And so I called up Jeff Tremaine and he was in and Spike Jonze was in, and the cast have been wanting to make another film since the last one. So I knew they would be in. So once I had everyone on board, it was on.
Johnny, talk to me about this new generation of Jackass stars. I mean, why bring in a new generation of Jackass stars?
Well, I think, we're older now, and I don't know how it would look if just the old guys were doing the stunts, right? So I'm like, let's bring in some new blood. And I'm glad we did, because we got a great new cast coming in, and they got along wonderfully with the old cast. They became part of our family right away. And I can't wait for you to meet them. We got some real characters.
At your age, and I mean this, you've been doing this for a long time. While you're shooting, while you guys are in location and are doing your prep work, at some point do you say, I don't think I'm gonna go and do this, or it's just the adrenaline that keeps you going and everything you've experienced that keeps you doing what you guys do?
Well, we need the footage. I have a job to do. I got a movie to make. So the producer part of me overrides the performer part of me. And so that's what makes, and everyone's competitive too. Like if someone gets great footage, they're happy, but they're also like, okay, now I need better footage. And so everyone's trying to top each other, which works out wonderfully for the film.
Johnny, you were just in Royal Rumble. First off, how are you feeling? And second, I got to give you props because Mauricio mentioned your age. It took 4 guys to get you out.
Thank you for making that point. It took 4 guys, 4 superstars to get me out. And then that low down and dirty Sami Zayn kicked me in the face when I was on the ring apron. But I will get my revenge. I will absolutely get my revenge.
Johnny, really quickly, we've seen you in this in the WWE world, venturing in and out, and Bad Bunny all of a sudden, he's taking it really seriously. Can we expect the Johnny Knoxville Bad Bunny tag team combination looking for a title?
Oh, maybe. I think we might be a pretty good tag team. RKO Bro should watch out.
Yeah. New Day, watch out.
Who would from the WWE roster, who from that roster do you believe will do awesome in another Jackass movie?
I don't know if any of them are tough enough, to tell you the truth. I'm not impressed by any of the WWE superstars. But I tell you who would be tough enough: Doudrop.
Doudrop, why?
Doudrop is awesome. She would have been great in a Jackass film. For the men, though, there's none tough enough. There's a lot of women tough enough, but none of the WWE men.
Johnny, we're a show on ESPN Deportes. We handle sports the majority of the time. Is it true you were a 3-sport athlete in high school?
I was a 2-sport athlete, but I focused mostly on baseball. I was a pitcher and played first base, and when I was making my decision what I was going to do, I was going to go to college and play baseball or move out to Los Angeles and try acting, and I ended up choosing acting, but I love baseball and so much.
Speaking of sports, and no spoilers here, but there are some great cameos from athletes and pro athletes, some amateur athletes as well. Has anyone reached out to you guys? Has any other athlete reached out to you or your friends and saying, hey, wait, why was I not included in your film? Was there any other football player, basketball player that ever wanted to be a part of the Jackass movies?
Wow, God, we were very lucky. We had PK Subban in this movie, and he was so fun to shoot with. He was so down. We had Francis Ngannou in this, Jalen Ramsey, Danielle Trejo, softball pitcher. We had a lot of athletes, and they were so much fun to shoot with. We picked the perfect athletes. We got so lucky because they had the perfect spirit for Jackass.
Johnny, it's just more of a personal question, but out of all the stunts you could do, why do you always find yourself with the bull? Why do you always find yourself locking horns with the bulls?
God, I love bulls so much. I absolutely love them, and they give wonderful footage. They're dying to perform. They hate you. They want to kill you, and all you got to do is capture it on film.
So from the stunts that you guys did, and again, I watched the movie. We watched the movie. At some point, both of us were going like, "Oh man, I want to close my eyes, but then I want to keep watching." Does that happen to you as well while you're watching?
No, I don't have that feeling. But if I'm watching one of my friends do a stunt that could have forever consequences, I'm kind of really nervous then. But with myself, I don't get that way.
Now, I'd like to know about what makes you squirmish, because I know the famous Vomlet skit that you guys did that MTV pulled, where you guys regurgitate these ingredients. We're going to feed it to Steve-O, but that ended up transpiring. What's your limit? Where you say, you know what, I'm not going?
I hate cold weather or cold water. If there's something like that, I give it to somebody else. We have 12 people now. I'm more than happy to give them a stunt involving the cold. That's my limit. But other than that, I'm kind of up for it. And people have their specialties. Pontius is hung like a horse, so he gets all the naked stuff. Dave England does all the poop stuff. Wee Man gets the little guy stuff. So, we all have our specialties.
If I can get into the human element of your Jackass family, how cool is it to see Steve-O as a human being, as a person, and doing so well as he's doing right now after having to struggle with some demons in earlier years?
I mean, it's everything. People say I'm brave for getting in there with bulls, but true bravery is his sobriety and looking at that dragon every day and staying sober and staying clean and healthy. And I mean, he's a real inspiration. He's just completely turned his life around and is doing amazing. And anyone out there struggling with substance abuse issues, like, there is a way, and you can get so down that you can't see that way, you can't see that light, but there are people out there doing it, and it's possible.
Very, very inspirational and true message. Thanks, Johnny.
Hey, Johnny, thank you so much for joining us. Jackass Forever está en cines a partir de este fin de semana. Johnny, gracias, amigo, and good luck.
Gracias. Nice talking to you guys.
Amigos de Jackass está firmada por protagonistas de la nueva película de Jackass Forever que se estrena este fin de semana. Lo único que tienen que hacer para ganársela es ver la entrevista con Johnny Knoxville, que viene a continuación, tomarse una foto viendo la entrevista y enviarla a cualquiera de las redes sociales de Ahora o Nunca que están viendo ahí. Todas son @Ahora o Nunca ESPN. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Van a entrar a un sorteo y quien salga...
Échenle ganitas y les ayudo, ¿eh? Échenle ganitas ahí con la foto y les ayudo.